Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys today? Pretty good? Great. Well, my name is Reynaldo Sanchez, and I'm the coordinator for the cybersecurity program at St. Philip's College. First question that I would like to ask, raise your hand. How many of us have heard of cybersecurity? Awesome. What can you tell me about cybersecurity? Anyone? Sir? What can you tell me about cybersecurity?
It's protecting people's information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As we all know, in recent years, for example, Target, the company Target, has been targeted. There was some sort of intrusion that went in. They stole so much information and so forth. So what we do at St. Philip's College, just to give you just a little information on what we do and what we are all about, we are a national center of academic excellence in cyber defense. What that means is that we are designated by National Security Agency and Homeland Security. Our curriculum is aligned with National Security Agency. So the best of the best when it comes to cybersecurity, this is where they come. San Antonio right now is second to Washington, D.C. when it comes to cybersecurity. So if you are interested in cybersecurity, today's the day, guys. You know, life is all about opportunities, and opportunity comes knocking at your door. Open that door of opportunity and push forward. And today, I'm gonna provide a lot of information. I'm gonna try to make it as interesting as possible. There's gonna be two portions to the presentation, and its first part is cybersecurity, and the second part is gonna be will and determination. So I'm gonna try to make it as interesting as possible, ladies and gentlemen. So my department is the Business Information Solutions Department. Our department is a department of excellence and integrity. What we mainly try to do, we try to roll out the red carpet for every single student that comes along our path. And at one point in time, I was a student. I was sitting down in these desks. Now it's my obligation to come back to Eagle Pass. I'm originally from Eagle Pass, and provide you guys with great information, great opportunities in reference to cybersecurity. So as we go along, if there's any questions, please feel free to ask any questions. I'll be more than glad to answer them, okay? So as we move along, cybersecurity is one of the most interesting industries there is out there in the United States. Everywhere we go, we have to utilize technology. So if we're utilizing technology, there has to be someone that's going to be able to protect it, defend it, and so forth, correct? So what we do at St. Philip's College, that's what we do. We provide students like yourselves the essential skills to learn how to protect, defend, respond to any type of cyber attack, any type of cyber intrusion. The great thing about this industry, if the economy is bad, guess what? You're still going to be able to find a job, because everywhere we go, we use technology. And if you really think about it, we're walking computers. Why? Because if you search into your pocket, more than likely, you have a phone. And we can utilize our phone in any way that we can to find research, to research any information, and so forth. So moving along, like I mentioned, it's going to be two-part presentation, cybersecurity and will and determination. What I can tell you about this video is basically information in reference to what President Obama is trying to do. And he is trying to implement programs to universities, to your institutions, so that we can try to stop cyber attacking, cyber intrusions, and so forth. As you know, in recent days, there's been a lot of bad things going on in the United States and the world and so forth. Mainly Paris. These individuals, what they're doing, they're using game consoles. And these game consoles, they are, for some reason, they've been undetected. So it's very important for individuals such as yourself to come in and try to see if this is a industry that sparks an interest. And if it does, I'm your key person to contact. I'll be more than glad to provide you with whatever information that is needed so that we can lead you, guide you in the right direction. Because it's all about your success, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about your success. Now, cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? Measures taken to protect a computer on the internet against unauthorized access or attack. As President Obama says, one of the most serious economic and national security threats our nation faces. So this is critical, guys. This is critical, extremely critical. It's essential that we all get informed as to what's going on in the world, how we can stop certain attacks, intrusions, and so forth. Who's heard of the word phishing? Raise your hand. Phishing. So what can you tell me about phishing, sir?
I just heard of it, like I'm never.
Okay, no problem. Well, phishing is commit fraud to get financial information to trick somebody. Have you guys ever received a phone call?
Yeah.
And they say, hey, Mr. Jose, this is Santiago. I would like to, just to let you know that we're calling on behalf of this company. And let's say that you are with USAA Bank. And they ask you, Jose, could you please provide me with your information? Right now, for some reason, there seems to be some sort of intrusion in your bank account. Go ahead and provide me with your bank account number and your social security. Go ahead, sir. I'll give you a few seconds. A lot of times we get intimidated. We get intimidated, and for some reason, we might provide that information. But we need to be very, we have to be aware that we should know that if a bank is calling, your own bank is calling you, they should have all of your information, correct? Or let's say that you receive an email from a friend, and it says, hey, Jose, go ahead and check out this link. Once you click on the link, more than likely that link has a virus. What type of virus? I have no idea, but I can guarantee you it's probably going to retain and retrieve all the information that you have in there. How many of us have a Facebook? Raise your hand, please. How many of us have a Twitter account? How many of us have Instagram, taking selfies all day, every day? What about Snapchat? Snapchat, right? So let me ask you a question, guys. How many of us use the same password for every single of your social networks, right? And why do we do that?
Easier to remember.
A lot easier, which is you know, it's a valid point. But the thing is this, guys. As an ethical hacker, let's say that I wanted to hack into your system, hack into your Facebook. Guess what? I'm going to be able to hack into your email, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, anything. I'm going to keep on searching until I can get all of your information. And your information is money. These individuals, they use your information for financial purposes. So it's critical. It's critical that you change your email. One of the best ways to find out if once you receive an email from, let's say, Facebook. For instance, this is one of the emails that I received from Facebook. According to what I received, I was reading it. But a lot of times, these individuals that are trying to hack into our systems, these are black hat hackers. These are the bad guys. These are the guys that are trying to retrieve all of your information. So as you can see, they misspelled the word below. Unfortunately, these individuals are amazing at what they do, but they're not the greatest spellers. They're not the greatest spellers. So this is one way to find out. Really look at what you're reading and try to pinpoint if there's any misspelling. But I guarantee you, Facebook is not going to send you any information, any email stating that they need this or that from you. Everything that they need is already online. What's one of the best ways to figure out, or to pinpoint, to find out if a link is good or bad? How many of us, let's say that your best friend says, hey, Jose, what's going on there? This is Ray. I just sent you an awesome video. I want you to click on that link. You're going to be laughing all day once you see this video. How many of us would click on it? I probably would too. But now that I'm informed, I have to kind of step back and say, you know what? How many times has my friend sent me an email in reference to something similar to that email? Never. So what we have to do, grab your mouse just to find out if the link is actually valid, if it's legit. Hover over the link And if the link doesn't mirror what it says down here, more than likely, it's not a valid email. More than likely, there's a possibility. It's a possibility it might have a virus behind the scenes. So that's one of the best ways to find out. As you can see, this doesn't mirror what it says up here, does it? So it's very important that it's critical that we do these type of things when it comes to receiving links or emails from individuals that we might think that it's not really them. So today, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about opportunities. Opportunities. In life, we're going to have so many opportunities, guys. You guys are young, smart, intelligent, and ready to be extremely successful. When an opportunity comes knocking at your door, what's going to be the first thing that we got to do? Open that door and take advantage. Because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that individual that's going to say, oh my goodness, you know what? I should have, could have, would have, but I didn't. Should have taken advantage of that opportunity. Today's a great opportunity, guys. I know and I understand that not everyone is going to be wanting to go into cybersecurity, and that I understand. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm just here to inform you, because it's very important to inform you guys and let you know of what's out there, of what type of opportunities there is for you guys, because I guarantee you, every single one of you guys are going to be extremely successful. But the key ingredient to being successful is believing in yourself. That's the main ingredient. That's my opinion to being successful. You have to believe in yourself. Is that true? Is that a valid point? Right? So Internet of Things. Internet of Things is something that has come across us. You know, it's been out there for quite a while. Internet of Things is the network of physical objects or things embedded with electronic software, sensors, network connectivity, which enables these objects to collect and exchange data. I won't read everything. There's so many great technology out there. Technology, as we speak, is evolving every single second, every single minute, every single day. So we have to evolve just as much as technology evolves. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to update. Who's ever seen this? Who knows what this is? Who can tell me? It's like a fruit. No. Yes, sir. Raspberry Pi. Absolutely. Raspberry Pi, guys. As a matter of fact, we are working with Raspberry Pis at St. Philip's College. We are doing so many projects that you would be amazed. We have one of our professors, Professor Fransman. This gentleman, he's from New York, and he has recently he programmed a Raspberry Pi where he is able to detect his temperature from home. And he does it from his phone. He's able to, if he's at work and he says, you know what, I think, I'm going to go home in about a few hours, I'm going to go ahead and lower it down to 75. He can do it from his phone. Another project that we just recently been working with the Raspberry Pi is taking pictures with the Raspberry Pi. We were able to integrate sensors into the Raspberry Pi. So let's just say that we had the Raspberry Pi right there, right underneath that door. As you came in, snapshot. Every single student that came in, little snapshot. You can utilize that as if it was like for security purposes at your home. So there's so many things that you can do. If you can think it, believe me, you can do it. It's all about being creative, because every single student in here has creativity, correct? Every single one of you guys have the desire to, to do something greater, or maybe create something that's out of this world. How much do you think this Raspberry Pi actually is? Who can tell me?
Is it over 35 bucks?
$35. It's a little computer, guys. It's a little computer. Recently, we were at an expo in San Antonio. And we had a workshop where we had students from all over San Antonio ISD. They came in, we showed students how to utilize Scratch, Python, and so forth. So they were able to create their own little video games. So that's pretty interesting and pretty amazing. A lot of these students weren't aware what Raspberry Pi was. So we were able to spark some sort of interest. So now what we're trying to do, we are having Hour of Code at St. Philip's College, where we invite teachers to come in and we provide a great workshop where they can either provide a workshop at their school at any time. So it's pretty interesting. So Private iPi, this is one of the projects that people have actually created. It's a large system that you can customize to suit your needs. Monitor the system through your smartphone or computer. So basically, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, guys. It's all about being creative. It's all about being creative. Hey, you never know. As a matter of fact, the Raspberry Pi, they were supposed to only make about 300, 400. Don't quote me on that. Not too sure. But it was in the hundreds. But all of a sudden, it blew up. It blew up. So now every single university is integrating Raspberry Pis. We're one of them. We're not a university, we're a two-year institution, and we're integrating the Raspberry Pi. And it's amazing. I mean, it's so many things that you can do. So many things you can do. You can actually, as a matter of fact, one of the professors, he's an animal lover. How many of us are animal lovers? What he did, he was able to place a sensor on the Raspberry Pi, and every time the dog walked through that strategic location, it would pour water or it would pour food. So that was pretty cool. He didn't have to go out there. Or if he wanted and he said, you know what, the dog hasn't passed through there just yet, or for some reason I might be having some difficulties. He went ahead and he grabbed his phone, clicked on the code, and he was able to pour food or water at any time of the day. So that's pretty cool. So like I said, if you can think it, you can do it, guys. So it's all about being creative. So now, cybersecurity. Why cybersecurity, guys? Why cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is going to find you jobs anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where you live, what part of the world you live, you're always going to be able to find a job in cybersecurity. We have so many high-end jobs in cybersecurity. Prime example, we have a student that just graduated from St. Philip's College with a two-year degree. Two-year degree. This gentleman is making $55,000 a year with a two-year degree. Of course, we want them to continue their education, because the more education, guys, the more financially stable you're going to be, the better you're going to be able to help those around you. So, and that's just one example. I mean, there's so many successful examples out there at our institution. Recently, we went to go compete at UT Dallas. We competed with the best of the best universities in the United States. Harvard was there. UTSA was there, Arizona State, you name it, they were there. There was about 25 universities, and guess what? We were the underdogs. We were the underdogs. Two-year institution, we were the underdogs. We went in there and we said, you know what, we're gonna take care of business. We're gonna do whatever it takes to be successful. And that's the attitude, whatever it is that we do. Do whatever it takes to be successful. We went in there, unfortunately, did we win first place? No, we didn't. We won 7th place. But you know what? We're proud of that 7th place, because it was about 20, 25 plus universities. But guess who won first place? Texas A&M San Antonio. And the students who won the competition were our ex-students, our alumni students. Those were the students that I took 3 years ago, and they won first place. So that just shows you that when it comes to cybersecurity, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. If you want to learn the essential skills to be the best of the best when it comes to cybersecurity, that's the location that you want to be at. Of course, I'm not here to persuade you, but just to inform you. So what is cybersecurity? Cyber First Responders Program. It's our main objective, like I mentioned earlier, is to provide you all the essential skills to learn how to detect, prevent, respond to any type of cyber attack. This is a great example, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. About 2-3 years ago, we had an intrusion at our campus. Somebody hacked into our system. So obviously we had to call in the professionals. They came in, they looked at what the situation was. For some reason, they weren't able to pinpoint what the problem was. So we said to ourselves, we say that we are a national center of academic excellence, which we are in cyber defense. We're supposed to be the best of the best. Let's put it to a test. Let's see what's going to happen. We got students that were 18 years old, fresh out of high school, between the age of 18 and 21. We gave them all the time that they needed. Took them 30 minutes. Took them 30 minutes to pinpoint, detect, and see what the situation was. And you're talking about between the ages of 18 and 21. If these students would have been hired at some company, my goodness, it would have been very rewarding. I guarantee you that. In this industry, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can be a consultant. You can have your own company. You can do, if you can think it, you can do it. But it's up to you. And the main ingredient to being successful, you got to believe, guys. You got to believe. So this is another video, but unfortunately, it's okay. It's not working. But I can tell you one thing about this video. There is about close to 5 million applications out there that are not good. About 2-3 years ago, there was a Chinese application that was created, and it was basically a video game that you could actually download for free. So it was pretty nice. A lot of people downloaded this application, but what we didn't know was that it was retrieving all of your information from whatever technology object that you were using. It was retrieving all the information. They sold that information, they made millions, they got caught, they got arrested, and so forth. But it doesn't end there, guys. How many of us download applications every day? Or, once a month? Raise your hand. Do you guys ever check as to what it asks you before you click accept? Or do we just click accept? Accept? Right? Sometimes we do, because we live in a world where we're always on the go. We're always on the go. Unfortunately, a lot of these applications retrieve all your contacts, retrieve all your information. So we got to be very careful what type of applications we download. Now, have you guys ever heard of these type of anti-ware? These are absolutely free, guys. Absolutely free. You can go in there, download them, so you can protect your system, protect your computer. Because it's essential. Yes, we have a lot of software that protects our desktops, but it's essential that we do that for our phones. Who has a anti-ware on their phone? Gentleman right here in the front. It's critical, guys. It is very critical, because if you think that your phone is not going to get a virus, believe me, it's going to get a virus. It's going to get a virus. How many of us send more than 10 texts a day? Text. Right. How many of us do about 50 to 60 a day? 50, 60 a day. Trying to communicate with the world, trying to communicate with your best friend. Hey, how's it going? How class is going, and so forth, right? Let me just tell you one thing. When you send a text or you send an email, every single text, every single email, it's intercepted, guys. By who? I have no idea. That's why it's very critical that we are safe with the type of information that we're going to send out there. Because you never know. You definitely do not want to send out your Social Security, your bank account to a relative and say, you know what, go ahead and, se te hace fácil, y dices, go ahead and deposit some money into my bank account. Here's my bank account, but just make sure you erase it. But guess what? You just send out that information to the world. More than likely, it may get intercepted. Or let's say that on Facebook, because a lot of you guys are about to graduate or are in the process of graduating. Whatever it is that you do, that you place on Facebook, I guarantee you, your employers, they're going to go and check what type of individual, what type of character. Let's see if this individual has integrity. So if you have negative things that are posted out there and you say, you know what, I need to erase this, and you erase it, guess what? If I really want to, I can go into your Facebook and pinpoint your very first post that you put when you first opened that account. And let's say that you said, no, but I erased it. Oh, guess what? I can go in there and I can pinpoint that real quick. So it's critical, guys. So if you are planning going into this industry, be very careful and try to research. If there's information that you want to learn, guess what, guys? We have it all in front of us. We can research. We have the ability to go out there and try to find out as much information as possible. So once again, these are some free softwares that you guys can actually download. They're absolutely free. So now, one of my main objectives is to direct your steps towards a career in cybersecurity. Not here to persuade, just to inform. Why do I want to do that? It's because cybersecurity is an industry that is critical. As the years go by, it's going to change. It's going to change, and we're going to be utilizing technology even more. Technology is integrated into school. Every time you log in, you have to log into computers. You have to put in your code or your banner ID or so forth, correct? So a lot of these hackers, all they want is information, because to them, information is money. So we got to be very careful. So why should you consider St. Philip's College? Great tuition, guys. Great tuition. The tuition is, if you, let's say that you want to be a full-time student, you'll pay under $1,000. Under $1,000, guys. Let's say you go to university, which we hope that every single one of you guys makes that transition to a university, because that's where it's at. That's where we want you to go. But the same quality education that you're going to receive at a university, a two-year institution can provide you that. It can be right here at Southwest Texas Junior College. That's where I started. It could be in St. Philip's. It can be anywhere. But the most important thing that you need to do is invest in yourself. Invest in education. Because nobody can take that away from you. Nadie. Nadie te lo puede quitar. Para nada. So it's very important that you guys invest in that. One of the acronyms that I normally try to utilize quite a bit is the word LOVE. What does LOVE stand for? Learn, obtain, value, education. It's very important, guys. Learn, obtain, value your education. Once you get into that concept, believe me, sky's the limit, guys. An average person with talent, ambition, and education, quality education, that person cannot be outdone. Why? Because he has a quality education and he's able to push forward and do whatever it takes to be successful. Nobody can take that away from you. One of the great things about St. Philip's College, we have a program which is information assurance and cybersecurity. You get 4 things in one. You get your Associate of Applied Science, you get your marketable skill certificate, and you get 2 certifications. Those 2 certifications are critical, and they're right there for you to grab, absorb, and take it with you. As long as you take our courses, our requirements, you'll get those 2 certificates. How many of us are planning on going to the military? A lot of us. Let's say that you decide to go to school, to St. Philip's College, and you take those 2 courses. As long as you get a C and above, you will get that certificate. That certificate is designated by National Security Agency. Let's say that you want to work for the government. Those 2 certificates, believe me, it's going to help you tremendously so you can get that job. And now, at the same time, every single course that you take within our prerequisites, we will prepare you to take those certifications. The more certifications, guys, the more certifications you get, the more valuable you are going to be to the employer. You're going to be the MVP. They're going to want you to go in there and secure the system. They're going to want you to be there and track their systems. Why? Because you have what it takes to fulfill the needs of that company, corporation, and so forth. It's ideal, ladies and gentlemen. It is ideal. High-end jobs, guys. High-end jobs. Let me give you a quick example on, actually, it's not an example. This is a true story. This is a story of a student from Southwest High School up in San Antonio. This young man, he was homeless. He was a homeless young man. He lived with his mom and his dad. They lived on a vehicle, in their own vehicle. And one day he decided to approach one of the professors. Well, he's now our professor. I call him professor because he teaches for us. He asked him, it was his high school teacher, and he asked him, you know what? I really need to get as many certifications as possible because I know the more certifications I get, the more it's critical so that I can get that, so that I can try to help on my mom and dad because we're tired of living day by day in our vehicles. We're not, it's difficult, it's hard. So absolutely, he brought him in. This student worked day and night, pretty much, literally. He was able, after he graduated from high school, he received about 8 certifications. This young man right now is making about $180,000 a year. Imagine that. $180,000 a year. But of course, he made the transition from high school to a 2-year institution, to St. Philip's College, to a university, and right now he's working on his PhD. He's making about $180,000 a year. Maybe about a year ago, we were having a function there at St. Philip's, and he decided to say, you know what? Token of my appreciation, here's $1,000 for everything that you guys have done, not just for me, but for my family. That just shows you guys that cybersecurity is a great industry to go into. You'll never have to think about not having a job because you'll always find a job. As a matter of fact, here are the type of salaries that you can actually look at retrieving once you go into cybersecurity. As you can see, we have a network and computer systems administrator, $72,000, computer system analyst, $82,000, and so forth. Sky's the limit, guys. And these are just a few. There's so many out there. And this is just basically starting, like I said, with the two-year Bachelor of Applied Science, you can start making about $55,000. But it depends where you start off, where you go. So now, cybersecurity, guys, it's critical. It is critical. It's something that we are trying to inform our community, let you guys know of the importance of cybersecurity. Now, the second part to this presentation, it's all about will and determination. Having the will to be successful, having the will to go into a program that best fits you. Because we know that cybersecurity might not be what you're looking into, but if for some reason we are able to spark some sort of interest, you know what, we've done our job. How many of us, now that you've learned a little bit about cybersecurity, would actually consider going into cybersecurity? It's ideal, gentlemen. It's ideal. Let me tell you one thing. It's dominated by men. But women, listen real quick. Women, it's been researched that they are the ones to beat. They are the ones that are at the top of the game when it comes to cybersecurity. Unfortunately, we don't have too many females in the industry. And we're trying to persuade females to come into this industry because they have what it takes. They have the abilities. But that says that every person, every individual that has the potential or wanted to come into this industry, believe me, you can be successful. So part 2, it's all about will and determination, guys. And I'll tell you one thing is, how many of us are wanting to be successful, want to be extremely successful? Raise your hand. How many of us believe that we're meant for greatness? How do you define greatness, guys? How do you define greatness? One of the things that I always tell my students is that look in the mirror, guys. Might sound kind of cheesy, right? But honestly, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm meant for greatness. I'm supposed to be successful. But it's going to take a lot of great work ethic. Whatever it is that you do in life, do it with passion. Do it with passion. Let me tell you a little story that I actually read, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's about, making sure that you bring to life your talents, your ideas, and so forth. So imagine this. Being on your deathbed, standing around your bed are the ghosts of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life. And for whatever reason, You never went after that dream. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those talents. You never used those gifts. And there they are, standing around your bed, looking at you, saying, why didn't you bring me to life? You had me. You had this talent. You had this ability. But now, you're going to take us with you forever. So what I'm trying to say is this. Every single student in here has a desire, has a passion, has a talent, has a gift. But you need to bring it to life. Do whatever it takes to bring it to life. Because if you don't, guess what? You're never going to see your full potential. Because every single student in here has a potential to be extremely successful, but you have to believe. We all have a passion. We all have a dream. Raise your hand who has a dream. We all have a dream, correct? I have a dream. I used to be extremely shy. I never liked to speak in front of individuals. Now, I love it. This is my passion. I found what I love doing, what I love to do. I was able to bring my gift to life, my talent, my ambition, my desire. And now, we go all over Texas, all over San Antonio, and we provide presentations like this to try to inspire the uninspired, motivate the unmotivated, because it's all about you guys. It's all about you. Do me a favor. Go like this real quick. Obviously, you feel your heartbeat, correct? Right? But do you want me to tell you what that is? That's purpose. That is purpose, guys. Your purpose in life is to do whatever it takes to be extremely successful. Because you have what it takes, believe me. Believe me. There was a time where maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, there was a research done. And it was 5 individuals that came into this study. The study was done on 5 students from different backgrounds. You know, these students came from all areas of town. And these students came into this research community. And the professor said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have you do 5 objectives. But once you do these 5 objectives, you're going to be extremely successful. But you have to make sure that you go through every single objective. So objective number 1, the researcher said, all right, go ahead and run me a mile. You went out there, everyone went out there and ran a mile. As they were running, they were trying to pinpoint and say, why are we even running a mile? How does this solidify us being successful? So they finished it, they came back, and they told the researcher, okay, objective number 1, successful. Okay, objective number 2, the researcher said, go ahead and go out there and walk me a mile. So all the individuals are thinking to themselves, run, now walk? All right, let's do it. He says that this is going to provide us, the will to be successful. Came back, objective number 2, successful. Objective number 3, I need every single one of you guys to read a book. All right, we'll read a book. That's not a problem. So there was this one gentleman. Yeah, for some reason, every single day he would get there late. He would get there late, and he seemed like he was really tired and so forth. And of course, he had to go run, he had to go walk, he had to, do the readings. But every day he was late. But one of the requirements that the researcher said, you have to be here on time, and you have to do whatever it takes to finish up the work. So the researcher said, you know what? I'll give him a chance, because every time he comes in, he outdoes everyone. He does a little bit more than he's supposed to. In life, guys, you have to do a little bit more than what you get paid if you want to be successful. Do a little bit more than what you get paid, and believe me, you'll get to where you need to get. So, objective number 4, they read the research, they read the book, and they had to do a summary. Objective 4 was a summary. So they came back and they did the summary, and they were still trying to figure out, how is this going to help me to be successful? So they came back, all right, objective number, I think that was 3. So they went ahead and did the summary. So Towards the end of all the objectives and so forth, last objective said, the researcher said, you know what, guys? Now, what I am going to ask from you, I'm going to have to enroll all of y'all into the university, but you have to make straight A's. You have to. You have to. So everybody was pretty hyped up about it. It was like, oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think I can do it. I think I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I think I have what it takes to be successful. I can do it. There's one young man that kept on coming in late every single day, but he outworked everyone. He scratching his head and he said, you know what? Oh, my goodness. You know what? I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. He was doubting himself. So he asked the researcher, he said, you know what, researcher, first, honestly, I'm pretty good at reading, I'm pretty good at writing, but I don't know if I have what it takes. Well, the researcher says, why is it that you always come in late? Well, I mean, I have to work, I have to help my mom and my dad. Okay, what is it that you guys do? We're pickers. We work in the fields. Oh, wow. So the researcher said, oh, wow. Okay, so the researcher said, so that means, son, that you have great work ethic. That means that you'll do whatever it takes to be successful, right? Yeah, of course, because I want to help my mom and my dad. So why is it that you don't want to do what it takes right now? Because I don't think I can do it, because I only go three months out of the year to school, because of the rest of the months I'm out there working in the fields. I got to go out of state and I got to work. And he said, you know what? Do you believe that you can be successful? Yeah, I believe I can be successful. So if I give you what I have in my pocket, you'll do whatever it takes to finish this objective? I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. He said, all right, here we go. Goes into his pocket. Right there. That's yours. That's yours right there. So the young man looks at that and he says, you got to be kidding me. $1 million? How's that? Son, if you're able to go, and not only are you going to enroll into a university, I'm going to enroll all of y'all into Harvard University, and you guys are going to have to make all straight A's. Now tell me, do you have the will, the determination to be successful? Yes or no? Believe me, do you think he had the will? So he went in there a few months later, he came back, and he said, researcher, thank you. You actually made me realize that I have the will, the determination to do whatever it is that I want to do. That $1 million, yes, it motivated me. But I'm going to tell you one thing. The type of person that I am, where I come from, my background, no. I cannot take this $1 million. Thank you, but no thank you. Now I know that I can reach my goals and I can get $1 million on my own. Yes, I want to help my mom and my dad, but believe me, I have the work ethic to do it. I can do it. A few months later, mom and dad, they get a knock on the door. La mamá, bye. Bueno, ¿cómo le va? He's like, oh, this is for you, ma'am, from so-and-so. So they get the box and they open it. It was a huge box. It was pretty heavy. What do you think was in there? $1 million. And it had a letter, because of your son, you deserve this. And because of your hard work and determination that you have and what you showed and you proved to your son, that work ethic pays, hard work pays off, thank you. So for the rest of their lives, they didn't have to work in the fields, working, picking. Melon, cebolla, pepino, none of that. Now this young man, today, he is a doctor. He is a doctor. He's one of the most successful doctors there is in the United States. So that just tells you, the point to this story is this. Do you have the will? Do you have the determination to be successful? On three. If you believe me, say yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
That's right, son. Ladies, that's right. That's what it's all about, guys. Believe in yourself, and believe me, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Last thing, this is going to be the last portion to this presentation. Can you do me a huge favor? Huge favor, guys? Please, por favor. Go like this with your palm of your hand. Go like this. Go like this, right? So now, repeat after me. I'm going after my dreams. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to bring to life my gifts, my talents, and my passion. And I am meant for greatness. Now, the only reason why I asked you to do that is because I don't want to go in one ear and go out to the other. So, guys, I wish you the best of luck in whatever it is that you want to do, guys. And ladies, believe me, believe in yourself, do whatever it takes, and I guarantee you I'm going to see you at the top, guys. I'm going to see you at the top. Thank you very much.